All right, I'm getting down to my shop here. It's pretty late on a Friday night. Just had a fantastic day hanging out with some buddies, and some of you haven't seen my place. I'm just going to show you one little tiny nugget of it. It's coming together. Got a bunch of my old motorcycles back there. Lots of project stuff. Yeah, it's a mess. Start to hang stuff up. You can get some pictures of my glory days racing. And this is my shop. This is my basement. I walk out of my living room and I get to walk down to this. I feel pretty fortunate here. And things are coming together. It's a little messy yet. So I got a lot to organize. Super pumped up about my new race bike, or new to me, my R6. My first Yamaha, modern Yamaha I should say. I got to do a track day back in Thanksgiving. Thanks to my new friend, Christy. Thanks for selling me your motorcycle. And Dave, I'm going to get this running. I swear tomorrow's going to be the day. I'll figure that out. But anyway, I got a long ways to go, but it's progress. But here's today's story. I'm super pumped up about this sharing this. I love sharing life and great stories. You all know that. But check this out. So my Alpine Stars, man, I think I have somewhere around 50,000, 60,000 miles on these boots. So I love them. They're just some of my favorite riding boots. And I love Alpine Stars anyway. But why in the world my street boots have a whole bunch of mud on them? Well, it's a funny little story. But look at this. There's no mud on the Tiger. Tiger did good today. Thanks, Chad and Steve, for a fun day of riding, hanging out. But here's what happened. So I'm coming home tonight, and man, it's cold. I didn't even look. I mean, I think it might be, in the 30s riding home tonight, but I don't know. It was cold, and I see what I think is like an illusion out in the field. And in Iowa, we got a lot of cornfields. So I think I see headlights out in this cornfield, and I'm thinking, what is going on? So I pull up and see these kids walking around the street. And it's a highway, by the way. Back to the story. So cornfield, have your attention again. And so it is. It's a car out in the middle of the cornfield. And these kids look, like they're in trouble, right? So what do? And listen, this isn't about trying to say something about myself being great or some hero or whatnot. You all know I like to motivate people, and I like to ask questions. I like to ask questions about why we do what we do. And so anyway, I pull over, and they're in trouble. They're stuck. They're screwing around. 16, 17-year-old. There's 5, 6 boys, something like that. And they buried this car in the mud. And I think it's pretty funny. They look a little nervous. And, I just asked, hey, do you got help coming? And no, they didn't have it figured out yet. They're just doing their thing. And said, let's get this thing out of here. So we start getting an action plan. And I don't know, sometimes I'm too much of a teacher that I always feel like I want to create opportunity to get these kids to think, like, what can we do here, whatnot. But I'll tell you what, here's the thing. Today's youth, man, it's jacked up. There are a bunch of actual little assholes out there. And I don't mean like, yeah, you're an asshole. I mean assholes, like total assholes. These kids, every one of them were great. Impressive, friendly, and in a situation where, I think they were nervous. They're like, oh man, my parents are calling this. What am I going to say? And I turn to these boys and I'm thinking, if the worst thing you've done is stuck your car in a cornfield, nah, you're good. This is going to be all right. I mean, you hate to guess too much, but I'm pretty sure you're going to do some worse things in life than that. And so we just let's get this car out of here. And it wasn't easy. We were trying to dig it out, and I don't tell them I only live a few miles away. So I'm thinking, I can go get my truck, or go get some stuff to get them out. But I'm like, let's try and think this through. And so we're digging around. We look in the trunk of this car, and kid finds golf clubs. He's like, okay, maybe I can, dig under the tires with this golf club, because that's what I was trying to get him to do. And apparently, and I'm not a golfer, I enjoy it, but I'm just no good at it. Anyway, he pulls out the first club and he's like, "Oh no, this is a good club," which I could really appreciate, because it'd be like me pulling out a motorcycle part and going, "Oh wait, no, I can't use this. This is too good." And so anyway, he's got this golf club and he's digging out under the tires. Another kid, all on his own. I was talking about how I wish we had some 2x4s that we could stick under the tires to get some traction. They look around, and I'm honestly thinking, it's pure dark, and I'm thinking, there ain't nothing here, right? And the kid says, "Hey, what about this grass? Let's stuff this grass, this straw, this corn, weed, whatever, under the tires." And so they do that. They start stuffing it in there. Anyway, long story short, the other kids, they didn't want to get muddy. I mean, we were damn near, knee deep in mud. And it sucked. I still can't believe you tried taking a car out there, but just saying, that's 16-year-old brain for you, right? Everybody has a first day. And the other kids are pissed too, like, why was he, even trying this? I'm like, think all the dumb stuff you've done, every one of you. So it's funny conversations after the fact. But anyway, long story short, we all worked together. And the kids that even didn't want to, they jumped in and they helped their buddy out. And we got this car out of the mud, which I'm actually pretty surprised. I'm really surprised. I did ask, that we all pray to baby Jesus. Maybe that worked. But we get the car out. You could hear them yelling, "Wow!" They're going crazy. They're like, "Ah, we got it, we got it, we got it." We're out of trouble. We're out of trouble, right? So we get up on the road, and what's the first thing these guys all want to do? They want to take a photo. Like, they got to capture this moment. And I thought, man, right after my own heart. I love that stuff, right? And so a great group of kids. But I'm sitting there, and nobody's saying, thank you yet. They're really enjoying the moment. And finally, this one kid comes over, and it turns out to be a driver of the car, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I tell my name, and he even wanted to know my last name. And then all the boys, every single one of them, wanted to shake my hand, wanted to say thank you. And I'm sitting there and I'm touched, and I'm thinking, man, this is just a great respect for your elders. I mean, not that I'm like old, but it was so impressive, and it was so refreshing, and it was just one of those deals where it's like, there's hope. These kids, man, they had some right parents, or they had some just some cool upbringing. And a lot of stuff on my YouTube channel, I seem to talk about what's wrong and why do you think this way, why you do this stuff. And in today's thought of the day, in this message, I just want to say what's right. These kids made my heart smile. It was a deal where it was so great to have young kids be grateful, not take stuff for granted, to be appreciative. I got a text message from them of that group photo, and them saying thank you so much. And I just want to encourage them and anybody else out there, man, be great. When we were sitting in that cornfield, there must have been a dozen cars that went by. Nobody stopped. I mean, there's a motorcycle that's headlight on the side of the road. 2 vehicles in the cornfield, and I mean, a dozen people drove on by at 10:30 on a Friday night. Think about that for a second. Somebody's in the ditch like that. There's something wrong, and it blows my mind that not one person stopped, not one. And that's what this video is about. Is there are still some great young kids out there, and to tell the rest of you, you need to get it together. We need to help each other more. There should have been 12 people stopping for a second. Hey, are you okay? Hey, do you need a phone? You might not be able to physically help, but is there a possibility that you could just offer a phone or help or something? But anyway, we could be here all night talking about what we could have done, but all I know is those boys and I got it done. So anyway, make it great. I love opportunity, have a cool life. So, all right, man, see ya.